Okay, good morning or good afternoon rather, everybody. I'm not sure if you can actually see and hear me yet, so I'm not going to start straight away. I had one or two problems connecting this morning, which is quite unusual. So if it does drop out, then don't go away. I will get back on again as quickly as I can. But it's normally very reliable indeed, so that's a slight worry. that we really don't need. But anyway, I'm looking at the viewer count at the bottom of the screen, which is still saying 0 at the moment. So apologies if you are there and I'm just wittering on, but I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes to just make sure that connects through and that everyone's listening and can see and hear me okay before I start, so that nobody misses anything. So I hope you're enjoying the module so far. I've been seeing some great tweets, and some of you have obviously been racing ahead with your blogs, and I've got a few examples to show you, so that's great. I'm still seeing 0 viewers here, which is a little bit worrying, but only marginally. And don't forget, if you can see me, if you just move your mouse to the left of the screen, you can click the Q&A box, and then you should get in the right hand side a column coming up where you can ask questions. Oh, okay, so I've got a message here from Edward saying classmates are having problems getting to this page. Well, actually, I think that might be a Google problem, because I had a problem too. It took me a few times to connect through, so it did work eventually. So thanks for that, Edward, and hopefully if you could say to people, just keep trying, because I certainly had problems just now as well. But Nicholas is here, that's great. Oh, and I can see we're up to 14 viewers now, so that's good. If you are seeing and hearing me okay, please just pop a question or a comment in the Q&A box, so I can just see that you're there. I'll wait a few minutes anyway before I start. I look tired. Yeah, thank you. yeah. Thanks for that, Ryan. That's great. First thing in the morning. Just wait till tonight. Okay. We're not seeing Sarah yet either. Sarah should be connecting, so maybe she's having a problem as well. Oh, we're going up to 24 viewers now, which is good. So I think we might be getting there. Right, Andrea is here, brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to, I just need to remove questions when I've seen and answered them, otherwise the screen fills up and I miss things. So Edward, yeah, thank you. We'll move that one now. And I'm definitely getting rid of Ryan's message. So Emilia's here, brilliant. Okay, we're up to 28 viewers. Now, we were on the high 30s yesterday, so I think there are still some people not connected. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer. That includes Sarah, or maybe she's just overslept. Right, Audrey's here. So I've quickly replied to a few tweets that have come in overnight. Oh, I said I'd wait, didn't I? I'll hang on. Pause a minute. I won't start on that yet, because some people might miss it. Hello from Yun, brilliant. Hi to you too. And okay, brilliant. And thank you. Glad you can hear all right. Oh gosh, there's loads of messages coming through now. Right. Okay, just checking through. I'll just clear these away so I can see the new ones all right, and then I think we can get started. So Mabs is here, brilliant. Hello there, lovely humans. Yes. I think, judging from the pictures you're posting, there may be a few dogs around as well. As yesterday, I've shut mine away just in case he barks at the wrong time, which is very embarrassing. Right. Oh gosh, there's so many messages coming through now. Good morning, Renu. Hello. I'm just closing these down. Okay. Oh, I can't get rid of Ryan's message. Please go away. not replying to any more of your tweets, Ryan. Okay, right, almost gone. Morning, Yo. Excellent. And Nicholas. Right, okay, so I'm not around. We're up to 34, so I think we're fine to start now, and hopefully Sarah will join us when she can. So hello again, if you've just connected. And I did say I had a few problems connecting myself this morning, so I think there might be a bit of an issue with Hangouts generally. So if you have had a problem, don't worry. It seems to have sorted itself now anyway. Okay, so you don't mind if the dog barks? Oh, I do. You haven't heard how loud he is. Right, so don't forget, if you want to ask a question, then just hover your mouse to the left of the screen and you'll see the Q&A box appear along with a few other little tools. But just click on the Q&A and it'll open up the right-hand column and then you can ask a question. I can't actually reply to those questions other than verbally, so I can't type a reply to them. And that's just how the system works. Oh, I've just had an email from Sarah. You can probably see that in the bottom of the screen. She's trying to connect. Okay, we'll let her get on with that. Right, so a few things to show you then. I've opened up a few windows of things. So I just want to check that everyone's up straight. After yesterday's Hangout, I did post a summary of where you should be, and I'll do that every day, so you've got a checklist to make sure that you haven't missed anything. So I'm going to go through that, and obviously if you've got any questions, anything's not clear, then please just ask them. I can't actually check the tweets while I'm on air, because that's just too many windows for my brain to cope with, but I'm hoping that when Sarah connects, she'll be able to check those for me in case anyone's been tweeting questions as well. So I'm just going to share the screen again for a minute so I can show you one or two things. So bear with me. Right. Okay. The first thing to show you is a very good example of a blog. So I've just seen this this come through on Twitter, and it's VJ's blog, lovely picture. So just to give you an idea, if you haven't done your blogs yet, which you should, then this is what it might look like. Obviously, there are different themes you can choose within WordPress, and I'll say more about that in a minute. But what VJ's done here is just posted the answers to the self-test, which is what I asked you to do as an introductory post. And I think that's a really important thing to do right at the start now. So if you haven't done it already, then please make that a priority, because what you're effectively doing is you're just auditing your current activities on the web. So it gives you a basis of comparison. At the end of the module, you can look back at this and you can think, well, how have I improved? Which areas have I improved most in? And which do I still need to work on? So you can see it doesn't need to be a great long post, but you can just put in a couple of sentences against each category or do it as a table if you like. So the other thing I said you should do is the About page. If I click on About here, then there we go. There's a picture and an introduction. Another picture. Wow, that looks nice. So yeah, so the About page is exactly that. It's just for you to put in a little bit of information about yourselves, so the person reading the blog can get to know a bit more about you as a person. So that's just one example that I've pulled out so far from the blogs that have been created. And like I said, WordPress allows you to choose a number of different themes. And it's quite easy. You can change themes if you don't like the one you originally set up, because some of them are much more user-friendly than others. So I'm just flipping up and down this, which is probably making you all feel seasick. We'll leave it on the nice picture of the mountains for a minute. Yeah, I just wanted to say a little bit about themes. What you really want, because you'll be reading other people's blogs as well as your own, it's important that they're very easy to read and it's easy to find the information you're looking for. Some of the WordPress themes are very clear and they're easy to get around. Others are less so. So you might just want to experiment with that a bit. And if you think that the theme that you've chosen for your blog is a little bit difficult for you to move from post to post, then you know, maybe try another one, because you want people to be able to read your stuff and find it easily. It's also very important, and you'll know this from your marketing modules, just how critical mobile is becoming. And more people are now accessing the web through their mobiles. So make sure you choose a theme where your blog can be easily read on a phone. And most of them now these days do work well on the phone. But again, you might want to just experiment with that a little bit. Have a look at how your blog looks from your phone, and then change the theme if need be. Okay, so I'm going to come back to me again. Ah, Sarah's here. Fantastic.
Sorry, I have no idea what happened. I just couldn't find anything, and suddenly it all appeared, and here I am.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I had a problem logging in. It took me about 3 goes to get the Hangout started this morning, and a few of the students said that they were a bit slow getting in. But brilliant! I think everyone's here. We're looking at 36 viewers, and there's lots of comments come through already. So yeah, I've just been showing the students a demonstration of a blog. VJ posted a tweet linking to his blog, so I've just been showing that as an example.
Fab.
Talking about themes, you know, picking up on what we were saying yesterday to the other group about choosing a theme that's easy to read.
Yeah.
And Sarah, I was just going to say to you, while we're talking, or while I'm talking, if you wouldn't mind just checking tweets to see if there's anything.
Oh yes, good plan. Yeah, will do. Yeah.
Because there's been lots of Twitter activity, which is great. It's really good to see. Okay, so has anyone got any questions so far? I've just shown you an example of a blog. Obviously, they can all look quite different. You don't have to make all your blogs look the same. In fact, it would be nice to see a variety. But if there's any questions, please pop them in to the Q&A box. I'm not seeing anything new at the moment. I've already said hello to Nicole, I think, so we'll clear that one off, and this one as well. Okay, so I'm not seeing, well, the other place I found some questions after the Hangout yesterday was actually in the Google Plus page, which I can't see at this end while I'm looking at the Hangout page. So again, Sarah, if you get a chance to have a look at that.
Yeah, will do.
That would be great. The best way to get questions while we're live is through the Q&A button here on the left of the screen. Okay, so a question for Sarah. Have you been getting any blogs through to your form?
I have to confess I haven't looked. That is on my today's to-do list. I had a very busy day yesterday. I had the second part of the Web and Internet Science Research Group induction.
Right.
So I haven't had a chance to have a look. And it was also the, we also have an international supper as part of that. So everybody brought, you know, food from that represented their particular country or area of the country. So I didn't get home until about 7:30, so I should do that today.
No, it's right. I wasn't chasing you. I was chasing the students, really, just to remind them that they should be sending that to you.
I might have a look while we're live on air and see how many we've got.
Yes, do that. That would be great. That would be really interesting to see how quick off the mark people are. No one said they've had a problem with it, so I'm presuming the form's working okay. So anyway, if you wouldn't mind checking that would be brilliant. Right, I've got a few notes here of things I wanted to make sure I mentioned. I'm still not seeing any questions coming through. Okay, so what we'll do now then, I'll share the screen again and I'll just go quickly through the summary post I did yesterday after the Hangout to check where you should be with different things. So bear with me a moment. So we'll close down that blog. That's great. Okay, so I'm now on the module blog, and this is the post. No, it isn't. That's the getting started post. So just let me find the most recent one a minute. Here we are, review of day 1. I'm presuming you can all see this okay. Sarah, can you see the...
Yes, I can.
Right.
And There are lots of people, by the way, who have filled out the form, so that's really good.
Brilliant, fantastic. There should be, I think there's 45 altogether in the group, so that's good. Right, okay, so this was my review post from yesterday. I stuck a picture up there of that wonderful tweet with showing Sarah beaming into Singapore on the laptop screen. That was fantastic. Right, oh gosh, there's some more pictures appearing now. I'm just looking at the Twitter feed. So gosh, there's one of me. Okay. Oh gosh, there's lots of pictures of me. Can't deal with this first thing in the morning. Keep coming. Okay, right. So there's lots of tweets there. I'll have to look at those in more detail afterwards. Otherwise, you don't want to just watch me reading tweets. But if I do happen to see any that are worth mentioning, I will do so. Okay. Oh yeah, we're still getting this error with the YouTube feed. I need to speak to our wonderful tech support guy about that. Okay, so I was going through this post, wasn't I? So this is what I posted yesterday after the Hangout to remind you of what you should have done. So reading all the introductory stuff, looking at the links, reading the notes and the things that we've suggested you should do to get started. So hopefully everyone's done that now. The 9 steps document is a really important one because that explains how the whole process works for the module, and it looks as though you're doing okay with that because Sarah's saying that lots of people have sent their information in to complete the Google form. We need that so we can create your feedback forms, because when you've done topic 1, which will be on Monday, by the end of Monday, then we'll be sending you through some individual feedback on how you've done that you can use as the basis for the second topic. So in order to create those feedback forms and make sure we can easily link to your blogs and Twitter accounts, we need that information from you. So if you haven't done it yet, please make sure that you do today. Okay, and as far as your actual content on your blogs is concerned, by this point you should have set the blog up, perhaps experimented with a few themes like I mentioned just now, completed the about page, which is just the information about yourself and maybe a photo, and done the self-test document. So that's linked in one of the introductory blog posts, so you can just complete those few questions on there, which gives you an audit of where you're currently at with different types of digital activity. And if you really wanted to watch yesterday's Hangout again, there's the link to it. And obviously, if you're here now, you will have found the link to Hangout 2, which is where we're at the moment. So that's where we expect you to be at this particular point. Okay. So by way of a reminder about what comes next, don't forget this day by day, what you should have done diagram, which Sarah produced, which is really handy. It does look quite colourful and quite busy, but hopefully it's easy for you to see exactly where you should be. So we're currently on day 2, Thursday. So it's all about completing the skills audit, setting up your blog, sending through the links, asking any questions you may wish to at the moment in this Hangout. And then we're going to move on pretty swiftly to topic 1. So you actually get some content and start reading and investigating the first topic. And that's really what your task for tomorrow will be. Okay, so as far as the steps document is concerned, so where have we got to? You should be, having created your blogs and Twitter accounts and sent the information to us, you should be pretty much getting down to item 6. It says read topic instructions on the main blog. Well, they're not there yet, but they will be very soon. I will post up just a short paragraph for topic 1. And it's basically just an introduction about what the topic is. It gives you a few links to some articles and videos and a question. And your job is to read through all of that material and answer the question as a blog post on your blog, which is item 7 here. And that's what you'll be doing tomorrow. So 400 words, it's not an essay, please. We don't want long posts. Blogging, one of the key skills of blogging is actually getting your points across in a very clear and concise way. Okay, so we're going to pick you up and tell you off if you write long rambling posts. We don't want long rambling posts. We want things that are really short, catchy, easy to read. So that's really where we're at now. So later today, as I said, I'll be posting the topic 1 information, and then your job for tomorrow, really, before the next Hangout, is to read that material and start writing your blog post in answer to the question that was set on it. Okay, after that, and this will be Monday's work, you'll be commenting on other people's and then writing your summary of what you've learned from that process. So that'll be what you're doing on Monday. Okay, so after you've done that, that'll be topic 1 completed. We'll send you the feedback and then you start with topic 2. So you might think I'm hammering on about this, but it's really important you're clear about how it works because we zip through the topics very quickly because the module itself is only 12 days. So it's important that you're very clear about what's required, because then the same thing repeats for each of the 5 topics and it should become very clear to you very quickly. But we don't want anyone getting lost or left behind, because that would be a real shame. Right, okay, I'm going to stop sharing this now and see if there's any questions come up.
Doesn't seem to be any at the moment.
No. Okay. So it looks like it's raining, does it? Okay. I don't think it is. I'm just looking out the window.
No, it's
screen sharing. Hold on, let me stop that.
It's very grey.
Yes, pretty grey here.
I'm just going to turn my laptop round so that people can see my view.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Which is rather lovely, and the tide's coming in as well. Right,
so you're literally on the water, aren't you? I don't think. Do you want to tell the students the story of your boat?
Okay, so when I arrived here in Southampton, because I've got a dog, I couldn't rent, or it was really difficult to find a flat or somewhere to rent. And then having seen a really grotty house, someone said there's a boat for sale on eBay and they say they've got a mooring. So I phoned it up and I went to see the boat and it was lovely. And then I got in contact with the guy who had the mooring, who happened to be somebody that we went to school together. I don't actually know him. I think he was in the year above me, but we had that in common. And so he said, yeah, you can moor your boat here. So I bought the boat. My partner Chris helped me to just install things like I've got a I'll show you actually. I've got a very nice little wood burning stove here, and you can see my bed across the back. And I've got a kitchen which is down this end, and then there's a bathroom, a toilet and shower in that little bit that's sectioned off there. And so here I am, and I've been here for a year, and it's been lovely.
So yeah, that's fantastic. So show us the view out the window again.
Oh yeah, okay. There we go.
Right, brilliant. Okay, so you're looking across. You're actually looking at where the ferries go from.
I am. That's it. So directly where you're looking is down towards where the ferries come in. And the Isle of Wight is in that direction. Right. Okay. So what we'll need to do tomorrow then, Sarah, is actually get you on the roof of your boat so we can see over the top of that. Yeah, that's no problem. I can do that. Okay. Provided it's not raining, of course.
Exactly. Okay. Well, yes. Jan thinks it's very cool that you're living on a boat. Excellent. Right. So maybe some of the students, you might like to tweet us some pictures of what you can see from your window. It shouldn't be dark yet, should it? No. Yeah, that would be interesting if we can see some pictures from your end as well. Right. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's any more questions. Well, that looks cozy. Yeah, thanks, Nicholas. So we better get back to the topic, I think. Awesome. Your boat's getting a lot of love here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm just checking through to see if there's any actually course-related questions. Ryan, you're coming to the UK. Excellent. Are you coming here? Are you coming to the? You won't be able to answer me, or you will, but I won't be able to hear you. But perhaps you could post something else. Are you coming to the university, or is this a holiday? That'd be good to know. Okay. Right, I'm not seeing any questions about anything I've said relating to the module, so I'm going to assume you're all clear and understand and know what you're doing. So please say if you don't, because part of the point of these Hangouts is to clear up any confusion. We don't want anyone getting worried or upset that they don't know what's going on. So, please say if you have a question, or just say if you're happy and you understand. That would be nice. We've got some positive feedback would be good too. Remember that we can't see you, so we're a bit kind of, we feel like we're talking to ourselves a bit sometimes. So if what I've said is all clear and you're happy and you understand, then just pop a question or pop a comment in to that box so we can get a bit of feedback on that. That would be great. Right. Okay. Is there anything then that I haven't covered?
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. Patrick's just said, "Hi, Captain." Yes, I am the captain of my boat.
Very good.
And Millie, who is asleep on the chair over here. Right, so Millie is first mate, obviously.
That's lovely. Oh, great. Someone's happy. Fantastic. Hu Min? I'm not sure if I've pronounced your name correctly. Sorry if I haven't. But thank you for saying that you're happy. I'm very glad that you're happy. Okay, yes, one or two things I mustn't forget to say. Don't forget, as I mentioned yesterday, there is a UK group who are doing the course at the same time as you, but their course is stretched over the whole term. So at the moment they're on topic 2, but next week they're going to be doing topic 3, so they will overlap with your topic 3 next week. So it would be really good if you could perhaps look at some of their blogs. And I did tweet a link to their course blog and also their hashtag. Their module code is quite different from yours. But it would be really good in topic 3 if you could bear that in mind, that it's not just your own group that you might like to look at, but you might like to look at what some of the students based in the UK have been blogging about as well, because you're all doing the same questions. So it'll be great to see some comments going across the two groups. That would be fantastic. And I'm just looking at my list of notes. What else did I want to say? Oh yes, the plagiarism bit. I'm sure you've all had loads of talks and information about plagiarism, and you will have noticed, I'm sure, that you can see all of the blog posts from last year for your cohort, for your equivalent cohort last year. And if you look at the UK students, you can see all of their posts as well. So, we hope that no one will take the opportunity to just say, oh, it's okay, I don't really need to look at topic 2, I can just copy what so-and-so has done. Now, that would be a real shame. And we've never actually had a problem with this, because I think with this type of course, everyone is potentially looking at your work. It's not as if it's just one tutor who's going to be marking it. So, potentially all of your colleagues can read your stuff. People from the UK on the other module can read your stuff. So someone will notice if two blogs look very similar. And also we can easily check in Google as well. If we just put a paragraph from someone's blog into Google and it pulls up 2 different blog results, then that's a very easy check as well if someone's been cheating. So I don't mean to insult anybody by suggesting you would do this, but obviously, as with any university work, it's really important that you credit your sources. And we really want you to benefit from the work that other students have done. If you read somebody's posts and you really like what they've said, or you like the theme of the blog that they've chosen, or you like the video that they found, then great, just say so, and say why you liked it or what idea it sparked off in your head, and credit them for it. And we'd like to see lots of that going on. Oh gosh, Edward, you're getting very poetic. It's a bit early in the morning for for this. I'm the master of my fate, I'm the captain of my soul. Okay. Who is Watermelon God? I have no idea. Okay, we're getting some rather strange comments coming through. Oh, your dog, Julia thinks your dog is cute.
Yes. Ryan is coming to Southampton, by the way, if you scroll down.
Oh, yes, I've just seen that one. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. That'll be good. Right. Well, yeah. Just keep us in the loop on that one, Ryan. When you're going to be around, and I can introduce you to some people. That'll be good. Right. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yes. I was sorry. I was doing the the nasty teacher bit about plagiarism. Sarah, have you got anything to add on that?
Oh, hang on. I was just checking Twitter. No, nothing. No, other than what you've said. You know, it's all fine. And I really want to say again that, you know, linking to other students' blog posts. If you've read something that you're really interested in, that interests you, and it's what some other student has said, you know, link to their blog post, because that's really, that kind of cross-linking is where it's all about. That's what builds a decent network, and the more connections there are, the more likely it is that that network becomes successful and you know, goes out, blossoms out into the real world, so to speak.
Great, brilliant. Okay, so is there anything on Twitter that we need to mention?
I was just having, so we've had a couple of pictures of views, people's views.
Oh, right, excellent.
Who is it? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with pronouncing names. So Yixin, Yixin, has posted a picture of her view and said there's no boats here. And I've just replied with, well, I expect there are other good things about where she's living. I'm just going through lots more pictures of me and you on various computer screens, which is really quite disturbing first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Oh, some more. Ryan has posted the view outside his house of a tall building.
Okay.
So I guess obviously tall buildings are a feature, not surprisingly, of where all of our lovely students live.
Right, I'm just going to screen share that for a minute so everyone can see some of these pictures. Right, back on the blog. Can you see this okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I can see the view out the window there. Brilliant. Sunny day today. Fantastic. And what else have we got? Sunny Singapore. Wow. No boats here. Okay. Picture of Sarah. Awesome. My lecturer lives in a boat. Okay. Okay. Oh, more pictures of us.
Yeah, we're going down into the early.
Okay, yeah. All right. Let's go back, because there was something came up in the Q&A I wanted to mention. It was.
I'm just going to shut my door because it is actually raining now.
Not raining here, I don't think. Yeah, Constance has said finally able to access Hangout. Yeah, sorry, Constance. A few people seem to have had problems this morning, but don't forget that these are all recorded. It's recording as we speak, and I haven't stopped screen sharing. And from YouTube, you'll be able to see the first section that you missed. So I'm sorry if some of you missed the start, but there seem to be a few issues with Google this morning. Okay, I think I've covered all the things I wanted to say. What we're going to do after this is get the topic 1 information posted for you, so you can be getting started with that. And I'm going to have a final check to see if there's any more questions, but I'm seeing quite a few messages from people saying they're happy, which is good. And I'm assuming Edward's happy. He's getting very poetic. And lovely house. Yep. Millie the dog. We'll have to get Millie and Badger, my dog, on one of the Hangouts next week.
Yes, we will.
Directly. My dog does tweet, actually. He's very clever. He has got his own Twitter account. So there'll be a gold star if anyone manages to find him. He's not very active on Twitter, actually. He only posts very, very, very occasionally, but he's not really into technology. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more questions. Anything else coming through on Twitter before we sign off?
Let's have a quick look in a minute. Right. Yeah, another picture of lovely sunny Singapore. Does it? It's really hot today. I wish it was hotter here. And that seems to be it so far. Do a quick refresh. Yeah, no, that's the last one. A lovely picture of buildings in the sunshine.
Excellent. Okay, well, it's going to get darker and darker here over the course of this module. It's light now, but I did notice it was pretty dark when we started, and that's only going to get worse, unfortunately. But enough wittering from us. So I think we're probably done for today. Anything else from you, Sarah?
No, I think that's fine. I'm sorry I joined so late. We'll just blame Google, because obviously most people are having a problem. It's not our fault.
Yeah, in doubt, blame Google. I think one of the reasons we chose Hangouts rather than Skype is because it's so easy to save and record and save the Hangouts. Yeah. So with all of these technologies and networks, you can get problems, and they're free. And I think we just have to accept that the good and the bad. So the worst case, if someone can't connect, is watching it afterwards. And you can, let's say, you don't have to just ask us questions during the Hangout. You can ask questions at any time. So it shouldn't disadvantage you too much if you do find that you can't connect. But I mean, if you can see on YouTube, all the Hangouts from last year are still there, and we didn't have a significant problem at all. When one or two people had issues joining in, but we didn't have a problem with the whole thing disappearing. So that's probably fatal to say something like that. But hopefully it will all be fine. Okay, so I think we'll leave it there for today then. There's no more questions coming through. If any of you want to say goodbye or wave to us on the Q&A, that would be nice. I'm conscious there is a bit of a delay on those coming through, so we'll give that just a minute if you want to just post a goodbye, and then we'll sign off. Okay, great. Ryan said thanks for the second Hangout. Nice seeing you guys. Thank you. And yeah, okay, we're doing all right on our pronunciation. That's good. I won't try it again, just to make sure we go out on a high. Right, so we'll say goodbye now then, everyone. Thanks for beaming in. We've still got 35 people according to the bottom of my screen, so that's pretty good. And some of you may be sharing a link as well. So hopefully we've managed to connect with most of you. And we will be posting information about the next stage very shortly. So we hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you again same time tomorrow. So bye. I'm going to wave and sign off. Sarah, are you going to wave?
Yeah. Have a lovely day, everybody.
Okay, bye from us. Cheerio. Bye-bye.